Hello, welcome back to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Draco, of course. And today it's time to continue this top 100 games of all time. We are going to get sort of to the halfway point, and the games are just getting better as we keep going, of course, and I'm excited to talk about these games. I hope you are to hear about them. So, let's start with number 60. It's called Forbidden Desert. Forbidden Desert is the follow-up to Forbidden Island, and it's the sort of pandemic style. It's the same designer. So Forbidden Desert is a cooperative game. We are trapped in the desert. We crashed with our airship. It's a really cool airship you get with the game, like plastic, and you gotta find these different pieces like the propeller and the engine, and you have to put these on and complete that and then leave the desert. The problem in the desert is though that there's a sandstorm, so it's going to move around and it's going to shift and it's going to affect the how you can move in the desert. You have to sort of also watch out for the sun because it can be really hot. Then you need water and you need to find some oases. But not all oases are what they look like. There's these fake oases that you might see because it's so hot and you're going around in the desert. All the characters have different abilities. So one of the guys might be good at like digging out the sand that is building up to find the stuff beneath, because you're trying to find those pieces for the airship. So Forbidden Desert, and I also did a live play of this that was really appreciated by some people who thought it was funny, so check that out if you haven't. Forbidden Desert is my number 60. My number 59 is called The Networks, and The Networks is a fun Euro-style game, really colorful and really looking nice. You're trying to, you run a TV station, and you put out these shows, and you have like an 8 p.m. and a 9 p.m. and a 10 p.m. slots. You need to put out the shows out there. You're trying to get as much views as possible. That's your point. You also need to get some money in. So you have to have commercials on, and the money that you're getting you can hire stars with, and the stars will attract more views, of course. And it's really funny made. It's like, I think one of the the really funny names for the shows and so on. They have a lot of parody on existing shows. Like instead of Lost, there's a show called Found, and so on. It's just so much fun, and basically it's a really funny game, but at its core it's a very good solid Euro mechanism game where you're planning ahead and you're trying to find combos and synergies between your cards and your shows and so on. And there's just been an expansion released called The Networks. It's coming on Essence Spiel, and that one is looks exciting as well. It's a lot of stuff in that expansion. It brings so much to the table, so we haven't even gotten to try it out yet because it feels so heavy, but we're going to. So Networks is my number 59. You can check out the video for it there as well. So 58 is a very small game called Secret Hitler, and this is a card game. It's a social deduction game, sort of. And if you don't like, at first I was like, yeah, Secret Hitler, do we really want to pretend to be Hitler and all that, and fascists and all that? But there's also a variant where you're Secret Voldemort, and it's a Harry Potter universe. So if you prefer that, you can play that. It's the same game. But I gotten over that. I don't care anymore. I mean, it's just so much fun in that game, and it's not seriously taken on Hitler and all that. But anyhow, in this game, you're have hidden roles. So at the start of the game, a few of you have to be a lot of people. You should be like 8 people or something. You can play up to 10, I think. So like half of you are going to be liberals. You're the good guys. You're trying to win by either assassinating Hitler or by getting your laws passed in the German Reichstag or in the government. Then the other guys are going to be fascists, and one of them will be Hitler. And the funny thing in this game, that the thing that makes this so much fun, and we had so much laugh playing this, is that Hitler doesn't know who's on his side. He doesn't know anything. The fascist players, they know who Hitler is. So the liberals could at some points in the game try to assassinate Hitler, and then the other fascists have to sort of take away the suspicion from Hitler. The problem is Hitler doesn't know who's on his team. So it can be so fun sometimes where you really mess up. And it's one of those social deduction games that really gets me pumping, and it really gets me, I really want to win, and I do everything. I'm just talking like crazy, and I just do everything to get people off the right track and try to distract them and all that. It's just so much fun. And I think this one really beats out, like the Resistance is not in my top 100. I think this one is so much better. So this is my favorite social deduction game. Secret Hitler is at number 58. Then at number 57 is a game that is really brain burning for me, but I enjoy it. It's called Santa Maria. Came out last year, I think, and it's like a dice drafting game. So you draft dice, but the main thing that you do in the game is that you have your own player board, and on it you have these rows and columns from 1 to 6. And you have different spots on it, but like a spot that gives you lumber or a spot that gives you wheat and so on. And let's say you draft a number 2 die, then you're going to run it like on the number 2 column, and everything it passes by, all the buildings you have built there, will be activated. So you will get all these resources or do all these actions. And then it gets stuck on the last one. So let's say it gets stuck down here on row number 5. Then when you run your number 5 die here, it's going to mess with this one. It's going to be blocked. So you have to do this in a certain order. And you use these resources that you gather to build more buildings on your grid. And you also move up like a conquistador track, and you move up a missionary track to get other benefits. And there's certain goals in each game, so they are different in each game, and you're trying to meet those goals. It's a really tricky puzzle game, but I enjoy that. I do not enjoy the theme that much, though. I think it's a bit sad that in 2018 or 2017 that this came out, there must be other themes you can do than like sort of sitting in a Western country, all safe and sound and fed, and we're going to pretend or play that we are exploiting the Americans and Spaniards coming there with conquistadors. Why do you do that? I just think that's so, and you're spreading religion to get like gold to the natives. I don't like that stuff. Why do you do that imperialistic stuff? Just there's so many themes you could use. There's so many fun themes. Use those themes instead. Why not? Of course, you don't have to be too sensitive about everything. It's just a game. But at the same time, yeah, you know. Anyhow, Santa Maria, the mechanisms in this game are awesome, even though I don't like the theme. So that is my number 57. I did a video for that as well. 56 is another Euro game called Russian Railroads. And in Russian Railroads, speaking of themes, this is a totally just fun theme. You're building railroads in Russia. There's also expansion German railroads, where you go to Germany to build railroads. And what you do basically is you have a bunch of workers. It's worker placement, but there's a lot of workers, and you place them out to get like tracks and build different, like from St. Petersburg to Moscow or whatever. And well, as you build these tracks, you get different benefits. And you all build on your own little board, so it's not a common board I can take you to ride. I don't like, usually don't like that when you build. I'm not a big fan of train games to start with, but this game is more about the worker placement and the sort of thinking ahead and planning your moves more than the trains actually. And also I think it's fun because it's so weird that you get like in like third or fourth round you can get like 150 points or 200 points in one round. It's just so crazy. You get a lot of points in this game. And you can really feel like accomplishment as you build up your combos and find these combos. So that's fun. So Russian Railroads is my number 56. My number 55 is a game that I really like. It's called Suburbia. It's a city building game. And also made a video for that, so you can check that out. And Suburbia is from Bezier Games. It's where you build these. It's like SimCity, the board game, basically. Because you have like industry, you have these little hex tiles, so you build your little suburb, your part of the city. And so the residential tiles of the park, they don't want to be like next to industry, of course, because that's no fun. And like the freeway wants to be next to the commercial tiles, so you have to figure this out and build in such a way that you get the best combos, so that you get a good reputation, so that people want to move in, because your population is your points as well. But at the same time, you need economy going, so you need to get steady income so that you can buy more tiles. And you can also build like lakes that give you money and so on. And in the expansion, Suburbia Inc., I really like that one. There you have like borders that you can build up that gives you benefits as well, but they limit how you can build. There's a lot of fun stuff with this game, and I really enjoy it, and that is Suburbia, my number 55. 54 was 44 last year. That was the top 50, of course. And it's called Deception Murder in Hong Kong. And just said that Secret Hitler is my favorite social deduction game, but actually Deception Murder Hong Kong is a bit higher. I almost forgot about this one when I said that. And this one is more of a social deduction, but it's like trying to find the murderer. One of the players is a murderer and has chosen like what weapon was used, where it was, and so on. You know, classic Cluedo stuff. And the other players ask questions and so on, trying to figure out who that is. Really, really cool game. I only played it a few times, but I want to play it more. Deception Murder in Hong Kong. My number 53 was 34 last year, so it's dropped a bit. Haven't played it that much, and it's a smart made game. It's called For Sale, and it's sort of you only have 2 decks of cards. That's the whole game. Well, you have some coins as well. It's a bit like poker, where you're bidding on buildings or like property. And then in the second part of the game, you're trying to sell this property to get money and get hopefully more than you paid for it. And it's really quick played. It's really easy to just bring in everyone. It's one of those games that I always bring if it's like a gateway style or I'm playing with like new players and so on. It's just so much fun, and it's fast played. You usually play like a few games in a row. So For Sale is my number 53. My 52 was 45 last year, so it hasn't really moved that much. It's just, I think that one really just moved because there was new stuff coming in on the top. And it's called Oracle of Delphi. This is Stefan Fell game. Made a video as well. And this one is a racing game in sort of the Greek mythology, where you are trying to do 12 great deeds and become the Greek hero, basically. So Zeus is in the middle of the map, and he's giving you these tasks to do these 12 great deeds, and you're sailing around the Greek islands trying to do it as fast as possible, because it's a race. Whoever is doing those, getting it completed fastest is the winner. Really fun stuff. You have dice rolling, you have a board with a rondelle system on it where the dice move around. It's so well made. The design is just so well made, and it looks awesome as well. It's this beautiful game. So check that out if you haven't. That's Oracle of Delphi. And the last one for this list is number 51. It was 18 last time around, but I haven't played it that much since then. It's called Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. This is a bit special game because it's basically half of the game is in an app. So you have to have like an iPad or something, or a computer, where you have the sort of map on it and so on, and as you keep building the map on the board, you go into these mansions and try to explore them. It's the whole Cthulhu thing again, the Lovecraftian thing, a horror theme. I like that. So you have your investigators going in here in the building, and as you open a door, you click on the actual computer or like on the iPad, and to see what room is coming next, and then you pull it out in cardboard and put it on the board. So it's a mix. It's a really good, extremely well made mix between a board game and the app and the digital game. And I think, yeah, I like everything about it. The only thing is there's like scenario based. So I played through all the scenarios at the base game and a few expansions, and then I was sort of done basically. So that's why I guess it has fallen a bit, because I can't really play it that much, because I'm waiting for new expansions to come out. But it's really cool one, Mansions of Madness 2nd edition, and that's my number 51. So in the next video we'll start with number 50, and so we're halfway done, and it's moving along, and the games just keep getting better in my opinion as we go. What do you think about these games, or and so on? What do you think about this list? Tell me in the comment section, and don't forget to like the video as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening or morning whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye bye.
Be like Draco. Follow Board Games with Niramas on Facebook at BGW Niramas. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.